Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing great today. So a few days ago, the news broke that terrorists invaded a particular village in southern Kaduna. Southern Kaduna, for people who may not know, is a part of Kaduna State that is predominantly Christian. Kaduna State is in the northern part of Nigeria, and they have been facing these terrorist attacks for so many years, and it intensified right after the current president of Nigeria took the oath of office for whatever reason. But that is the situation on ground, and it has never abated ever since. And so just recently, we hear again that these terrorists, who we understand are intent on Islamizing the predominantly Christian southern Kaduna, had invaded a particular village armed with their AK-47s as usual. And when this happened, the villagers decided to kind of regroup themselves and repel the attack so they can attack them back. And what happened next was something that left so many people shocked to their bones. They found out that when these villagers were ready to attack the attackers, there was a shelling that happened from a helicopter gunship overhead from the skies, and it killed all these villagers. In fact, as at the last count, according to the news reports that I saw, they had killed about 62 persons, and some other people were saying that the casualty figures were much, much higher than 62. But it's not even about the casualty figures. It's about the fact that the news reports, Nigerian newspapers were reporting that these villagers who stood up to fight against the attackers, to defend their villages, that they were shelled from a helicopter gunship that was allegedly piloted by terrorists. In 2021, I made videos, and the most prominent of them was the one in which I explained the terrifying dream that I had. Like, I had never had any dream like that in my entire life. And in this dream, terrorists were in fighter jets in the skies over Lagos. And they were bombing indiscriminately all over the place, killing people, shelling innocent people on the street. The video is still there on YouTube. But the highlight of the dream is the fact that terrorists gained access to fighter jets. But the video that I posted before that one, I was explaining how that Afghanistan, America, how that the United States of America under Joe Biden cowardly left Afghanistan and abandoned millions upon millions of dollars worth of high-tech military equipment in the hands of these Taliban, including fighter jets, including helicopter gunships. And there were reports then that all the code that would be needed to operate all those machines had been taken away from them. Lies. We found videos where those machines were being operated, where the fighter jets and helicopter gunships were being operated by these guys. And I was asking a question at that time in that video, and I said, what would stop these guys from transferring some of these weapons to their brothers in arms in other parts of Africa and around the world who were fighting for supremacy and dominance in those regions, especially like Nigeria? And today, we now have news report from national newspapers telling us that terrorists have gained access to helicopter gunships with which they killed innocent people who wanted to defend their villages. And that is not the topic of discussion everywhere. It just came and went like every other news. And then we read another report where they said that the government was saying that, oh no, it wasn't terrorists, it was us. Now, if they say it is them that did that, people are not asking if the government is saying that the helicopter belonged to them and that it wasn't terrorists but them. The question people are asking now is, was it the government that was now shelling innocent villagers who wanted to defend their village and their right to exist in their own village, in their own ancestral homeland? Does that mean then that the government is in partnership with terrorists to destroy innocent people and deprive them of access to their own ancestral homeland? So it's almost like being in between the rock and a hard place. So what would the government say now? If the government says, okay, it is terrorists, it means that the government has failed on every level to have allowed terrorists to gain access to helicopter gunships, where you have a constitutional entity that is still functioning as a government. And if they say they are the ones, people will say, then how come you were shelling the people who were attacking the terrorists rather than the terrorists? And so that's why the news just died. Everybody's left guessing what just happened in Nigeria. Now, the reason I'm making this video is not just to analyze to you what has happened in southern Kaduna and how that I saw it in a dream and how that I predicted it would happen. No, that's not what I'm making this video for. I'm making this video to further buttress the fact I was trying to get across to us in Nigeria regarding the upcoming 2023 elections. I don't want to go over things I have already said in the previous video. You can go watch it. But what I want to say is, I feel like I want to call you to please reason with me. Let us reason together. If you think I am making sense, why not share my sentiment? Why not share the video? Why not let other people come and hear the sense that your brother is making? I don't have any interest anywhere known to anybody with respect to politics in Nigeria or anywhere else. I am speaking purely based on how I feel about what is coming upon my people. I am just being a human being. Now, we have three main candidates for the presidency of Nigeria. And we have Atiku, who is from the north. We have Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is from the west. We have Peter Obi, who is from the east. Call it east-south. South-east, south-south. But it's actually east, because that's what makes up the old eastern region. So Peter Obi is from the east. So basically, the three regions that the colonial powers amalgamated are floating candidates as at this moment that we speak. And again, the campaign and election frenzy has hit another fever pitch, just like it did in 2019. And I have a bunch of questions for you, if you can patiently follow me. The number one question that I want to ask is this: how do you think that a Peter Obi, who I believe is a wonderful human being, who I believe is one of the most powerful, one of the most diligent politicians Nigeria has ever produced, and it's not because I am an Igbo man. Everybody knows Obi is a diligent man. Obi will make one of the finest presidents Nigeria has ever had. Jokes apart, sentiments apart. But how can you expect that the structure we have in Nigeria today will allow Peter Obi to become president? I want us to do the math together. I'm not a politician, but we all know what it takes to rule Nigeria, okay? And I want to do this at your own level so we don't go too much into hypothesis. Let's do it at your level. Okay, Peter Obi is from the east. To become the president of Nigeria, you need to win a lot of votes from your region, the east. You win the west, you win the north, middle belt, and everywhere. And today, in the western part of Nigeria, you have a man called Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is a political godfather. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not just your regular politician. If he was, did you see what happened with the APC primaries? The man won by a majority that we have never seen in recent memory. However he did it, whatever you want to call him, but he won by a landslide that we've not seen in recent times. To the point that even a sitting vice president, who is still vice president tomorrow, did not even, I'm not sure he got up to a quarter of the votes of Bola Tinubu to become the APC presidential hopeful. So what do you call it? You call that politicking, right? You call that, oh, bullion van. He used money, he used this, he used that. Whatever it is he did it. Amechi, a minister, didn't go anywhere close. Nobody went anywhere close. The man literally handpicked and installed almost all the governors we have in the southwestern part of Nigeria. And they still are loyal to him. Even those who are not part of the APC are loyal to him. Call him criminal, call him anything. This is the reality I'm talking to you about now. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to come and lose Southwest votes to Peter Obi. So that Peter Obi will win the whole of East and win the whole of Southwest to become president. Probably not even get anything. Let's say he even get a little bit from the North. So you've done the calculations in your head, and something has told you that Peter Obi is going to sweep all the votes in the Southeast, South, and he's going to sweep in the whole Southwest, and he's going to sweep in the Middle Belt and the North, and he's going to become the president. Now, when you look at the delegates and at the population figures that we have in Nigeria, which we have been crying about every day that it is faulty, when you look at all those things and registration for elections that has happened in Nigeria so far, when you look at all those things, you will find out that the reason those things are the way they are is because of the faulty foundation and structure of Nigeria. If Nigeria was a nation that must survive and succeed, that's why I say the only thing we can do at this time is to stop feeding the beast that has swallowed us and our generations a long time. It's a time for us to stir the stomach of the beast and come out, not to begin to clear more ground to build houses inside the belly of the beast. This is what we are doing by going to elections. Because at the end of the day, even the Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not be made president. Even when he wins, it will look almost like another Abiola situation. You know why? Because the people who have ruled us up to this point, the things they have done so far, they can never trust anybody from the south, whether you are a hardcore Muslim or not, to come and take power from them, thinking that you are going to do them well. They will not do it. My people still want the power to remain in the north. Whatever they do from the north, it's at the behest of the colonial powers. That's why they love the Fulanis. Because the Fulanis are very obedient and they are very loyal. We, the Southerners, especially Igbos, are not that loyal. So if you look at the book of the colonial enslavement, the doctrine of colonial enslavement, the thing contained in the book is that they can never allow a smart, intelligent person to come to the seat of power in Nigeria. Because the moment you ascend that seat, you will challenge the status quo. You will challenge the authority of the colonial powers who are still completely in charge in Nigeria. So if you look at the doctrine of colonial enslavement, one of the items you find there is the worst will rule over the best. The most illiterate will rule over the brightest. The lowest will rule over the highest. That is the doctrine of colonial enslavement, which is still very active in Nigeria today. Remember, in 2019, let me touch on that a little bit. When the frenzy of Atiku Obi started, I am the only person who stood up and told you it is going to be a failed mission. When youth presidency was launched, I told you that EU had a hand in it because the energy that the youths were going to use to cry for change, they were now going to channel that energy towards an election that they will not have any control over on the election day. Have I not explained enough for my people to listen to me? Everything I told you would happen has happened. Why aren't you listening? There is problem again because our elders from the sociocultural groups, Afenifere for the Yoruba, Ohaneze for the Igbo, Pandef for South, the Middle Belt Forum, they have cried out and said, give us restructuring of Nigeria before the election. They said it during 2019. Atiku came and deceived them and told them he was going to restructure, knowing well that he was only going to stand in for Buhari in PDP so that no other viable alternative can come through there. He deceived them. This year again, in March, they have also made the same call. And knowing that they've made the call, Obi has now been elevated again to be our Messiah. A very wonderful guy, the wrong timing. Now you see what is happening. All our youths who are supposed to be crying for change of structure are now pushing all their energy again into campaigning for their own individual candidates. Obi will carry his own candidates. Tinubu will carry his own. The whole South is now divided. Atiku will become one. The whole North is united behind him. So the votes of the South is already divided as you're looking at it. If you as a youth want change, you cannot make change happen on the day of election when you know that the forces that have held you down all your life, they are the ones who are going to hold sway on that day. The forces that have held us down and our forefathers, they are the ones who are going to be in charge on that day. And you will do absolutely nothing. You will have no power. There are two seasons in the life of a corrupt politician in Nigeria or elsewhere. The first season is a season when the people have power over the politicians. The next season is when the politicians have power over the people. Now, the only time when you as a citizen have power over the politician, which is when they are at their weakest point, is now. It is this season. That's why they always want to channel your energy to the wrong places. Why are they so weak now? Because if we, as the youths of Nigeria, shall wake up now and say enough is enough, we cannot take this anymore. Every election season you deceive us. Every election season you validate the satanic colonial enslavement of our nation. Enough is enough. We want a change to happen now. We want that change before any election. It is very, very doable. At that time, you will see the politicians will begin to shit and pee in their pants. The politicians will begin to run helter-skelter looking for who to induce with money. And then we will take their money and slam it on their faces and say, go to hell. We don't need your money. Go straight to National Assembly. Give us the change we are looking for. That change, you know how it is going to come? It will come by the National Assembly having an emergency session. I've said it before. In that emergency session, let us look into all the recommendations of the Sovereign National Conference and the 2018 conference that El-Rufai led on true federalism. Let us look into it. By the time we finish looking into it, we are going to end up with a situation where we can probably even say, let Tinubu take care of the southwestern part of Nigeria and be the premier of the southwest. Let Atiku be the premier of the north. Let P2B be the premier of the east. And let's have a president in the center who will then be able to supervise just like Dubai has it. Then you will notice that at that moment in the interim, the presidency of Nigeria will no longer be so attractive. People will no longer kill to become president because the powers are reduced and given to the regions. What is too difficult to comprehend here? And you are pushing for your candidate that will not go anywhere. On the day of election, you know what is going to happen? The worst that's going to happen is, before you know it, they may even bring ECOWAS forces from other countries to come and help safeguard the election. Police, army, all the paramilitary, all the security agencies will be out on the streets. They will have the nation on a typical lockdown. You cannot be able to assemble to protest any goddamn thing. You are going to cower under your bed in your house and keep quiet. You vote, you go home, because your power is expired. You have entered the zone where the politicians are more powerful, so you can't do anything again. Now they become more powerful. They will tell you, sit there, you sit, stand there, you stand. Any election result they give, you will not be able to refuse or reject it. Even if you reject it, you will go on social media and type and make videos. After making videos, you shut your mouth up. Because the moment the result is announced, okay, German chancellor will just send congratulatory message. America will send. UK, the colonial powers will be the first to send congratulations, Atiku Abubakar. You won. By the time these things are happening, there is psychological warfare on your mind. You are becoming weaker and weaker. Even someone from Obi's camp will congratulate Atiku. The person is already there as we speak right now. That's the role that person is going to do when the time comes. Somebody from this camp will congratulate the person that the colonials have chosen. You can't be president until the colonials have said, this is the one we want. Every other person is just a waste of time. As a matter of fact, of all the candidates, the people that you shouldn't be looking at, who might be the favorite of the colonials, is either Atiku Abubakar or Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Obi is too intelligent for the colonials to allow him to become the president of Nigeria. No matter how much he dies with them, they will never, I have never been wrong on this, and I can't be wrong this time around. That's why I'm saying, guys, let us reason. For the first time in our lives, let us reason. Let us reason. Let us stop this thing. Begin to call our leaders of the sociocultural groups. Whatever money they are giving to all these our leaders, do not accept it. Do not begin to call for that restructuring before election. Start the call again. Start it again. Let the youth fight behind you guys. Sorry to all my brothers like Obi and Tinubu who want to really become president. It's not going to work the way you guys think it's going to work. We need to stop this carnage once and for all. Enough is enough. In the last few weeks, you see how many attacks we've had in Nigeria. I even saw a video recently where a policeman was talking about a threat letter that was sent to the churches. I told you the attack on Christianity is going to increase 1,000 times more. The killing has now started moving so fast towards the south, and it's moving at a very fast pace. And if we don't do something now to end this stupid thing, if we do not carry out the restructuring of Nigeria now, if we don't stop this election that will validate our slavery now, if we don't use our brain, guys, things are going to get worse. Melafia Obediah warned us. Samuel Otom warned us. We still do not want to pay attention. We are easily deceived. We don't think. We don't think. They are going to make an Igbo man president, right? That's what you think. And some people say, oh, even if he doesn't get it, let them know that we have made a statement. You have gone past the stage where you are making statements, because after making this statement, you will never have the opportunity to make another one. They will kill you. You will be in the grave when it is time to make another statement. The time is now to make a move. Jesus, please wake my people up. I pray in the name of the Most High. Wake my people up. I come against every satanic manipulation, enchantment that is in the air, that is confusing our people wherever it's coming from, whatever the coven, Father, let the fire of the Holy Spirit strike and crush it. Wake people up. Why waste our lives and energies on things that won't work? We can bring about a change now. We can do it. May God help all of us. God bless you.